Have you ever wondered how Amazon became this unstoppable giant, even though they have countless other businesses, and all those other businesses in retail have been there for decades in a country like United States, and then they also managed to replicate that business all over the world. Sure, being the first major e-commerce marketplace gave them an edge, but that's not really the secret sauce. The real secret sauce is rarely spoken about, and that secret sauce is the customer centricity that Amazon has been known for a very long time. And here's a bold promise: by the end of the episode, you will know exactly how embedding a customer first culture from day one can create a completely different self enforcing flywheel for your business, a cycle that drives loyalty, retention, and growth in such a way that most people teaching overnight success hacks online will never tell you. Every point that I share is layered, practical, and is built to give you a perspective that actually works in the real world for your business. So stick around till the end, and you are going to want to take notes for this one, so be prepared. Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Flywheel of Business, where I'll help you break down secrets of how real businesses actually grow, not just by luck but by building systems that work again and again. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and following the podcast on the application where you're listening to us if you wish to build systems that help you save time and money, keep your sales and marketing running smoothly, and most importantly, if you want to learn how to grow your business without burning out. I'm Manish Ahuja, your host, and I'm a business positioning coach. Through this podcast, I want to share the lessons, the systems, and the strategies that I have learned and that can also help you build a business that keeps growing one step at a time. A very quick mention that this episode has been made possible by the Brand Marketing Masterclass. More details about it later in the episode. The first point that I want you to focus on is prioritizing the customer. Now, here's the thing: this sounds very easy, but it becomes difficult when you actually have to understand what this point means. Every decision that you make, whether it's about the pricing, the product features, or even the marketing, the first question that you have to talk about is this the best for the customer? It might feel counterintuitive sometimes. On paper, you may think, I'll make more money, I'll make more profit if I just cut this one corner. But in reality, short term gains erode trust, they erode loyalty, and most importantly, you may end up losing out on the word of mouth. So never do that. Let me give you some examples to establish this point even further. A SaaS founder who refuses to add aggressive upsells and instead focuses on improved user experience will understand the importance of this, because the customers will stay longer, the referrals will shoot up, because it will be very organic for the users to now recommend this SaaS to other people in the industry. A restaurant that switches from the cheapest ingredients to a premium local sourced ingredients, profits may get a little hammered for 6 months because of the higher cost of raw material, but over a period of time it will definitely have a positive impact on your balance sheet, even though the raw material cost is higher as compared to the other competitors in the market. An e-commerce brand that doubled shipping speed even at higher cost will definitely have more customer retention, because people today don't want to wait, and if you're taking the right decisions which are good for the customer, it is going to impact your business positively sooner than later. The second point that I want you to focus on to build a business where customers love you is the fact that you have to be the most loved brand in your industry. Profit is important for sure, but what about love? What about memorability? I'm sorry about that. Memorability. In today's world where currency of attention is the most important and the most difficult to get, when the customer remembers you, they talk about you and about your share their experience about your products with others, that's just not going to be profitable for your business. They are actually going to be loved you to your business, they are going to be attached to your business. In a world where customers flooded for choices, being memorable and delightful to your customers is not just a necessity, it's not just a strategy, it's the most essential difference between how long is the customer going to be attached to your business. I'll give you a few examples of this to again re-establish this point. Have you ever bought a product from Apple? Even the packaging experience of that brand is created in such a way that the customer feels a premium, an emotional connection right from the moment of unboxing the product. A local cafe that remembers the names of regular customers and greets them by their name generates repeat businesses almost effortlessly, because that's when customer subconsciously understands that this business, this brand actually thinks about me. And when a brand and a business thinks about you in today's time, the customer is definitely going to return the love. Let me very quickly tell you about the brand marketing masterclass, how I am creating a gateway for you to fall in love with my business. The brand marketing masterclass is a step by step framework of a masterclass of 90 minutes where I'll talk to you about how do you position your business, how do you create a marketing funnel, and how do you build a brand that people love. And if you want to know all of this, make sure that you register for the brand marketing masterclass by scanning the QR code that you see on your screen right now. It's a 90-minute masterclass, but the seats are absolutely limited. So make sure that you attend, and I assure you, I will make it absolutely value for your time that you give me, because that's my way of thanking you and showing you more gratitude. Moving on, let's talk about the third point that is going to help your business is create a system to harness the word of mouth. Here's the beauty of delighting your customer. They become your marketing team. They almost become a part of your marketing team. People share their experience on social media with friends everywhere. Deliver a bad product, you're going to get hate online. Deliver mediocre product, you'll be stuck hunting for new customers because people will keep forgetting about you. But deliver delight, and they are sure to tell everyone, sometimes even before you ask them to tell others about it. Examples being an online course creator whose students are posting testimonials. The next batch of such a coach is definitely going to be sold out organically. A local boutique whose clients post unboxing reels. The store is going to get so much attention nationwide, and they are going to start getting orders from all across the world. A B2B software service provider who offers unexpected features, clients are going to share about it on social media, on LinkedIn, on other business platforms, and that's going to have a uptake in the total adaptation of the brand and the software. The fourth thing that I want you to focus on is do everything in your capacity to lower your acquisition cost. Every referral, every organic share, every delighted customer reduces your reliance on expensive advertising. And in this process, where you're creating a customer centric business, you also have to create the process to fuel this flywheel of referrals. It's a natural overflow from point one to three if you actually think about it. A happy customer will create minute long DM referrals, will take a minute. They'll talk about your brand on DMs, they'll talk about your brand on social media, and who knows, you keep doing this in the right way, you can also end up getting a lot of press coverage in some cases. For example, a D2C skincare brand that offers surprise gifts can get referrals by 4x without having to spend an extra uh, amount on marketing. A gym that can have incentivized member referrals with free classes will have lowered marketing costs by 70% at times, and will also get a inflow of new customers. A B2B consultancy whose clients are publicly recommending them, you will not even need outbound sales in such a situation. If you're getting value so far, make sure to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel if you're watching the video, or follow us on the podcast application where you're listening to us, because in the next episode I'm going to talk about a very important subject, which is the value first approach. Today, if you want to get maximum business, you have to learn how to give away your best content for free, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. But what is my structure? How exactly am I implementing this in my business? And more importantly, how can you replicate this for your business so that you can start getting more benefit out of content marketing? If you don't want to miss that, make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel or following the podcast on the application where you're listening to us right now. Moving on to the fifth point. When you achieve high retention, you're automatically going to find customers who love your brand the most. The ultimate goal for any business is customers who keep coming back. A superior customer experience builds loyalty, which powers the business flywheel. Retention is where sustainable growth lives. Every delighted customer on the feed of social media will also feed the flywheel, attracting more and more attention, attracting more and more referrals, and obviously attracting more and more revenue. For example, a subscription box service that personalizes every shipment, renewal rates are going to skyrocket. A consulting firm that checks in monthly with value driven content, the clients will stay back 3x longer as compared to other consulting businesses in the industry. An online platform that responds personally to support queries, customers are never going to churn out of such a business. It's just about making it interactive. If you choose to give value to your customer, you are going to get value back. But how do you build this is again the whole concept of flywheel of business. For that matter of fact, if you don't know what the whole concept of flywheel of business is, I've created a long video explaining the whole concept of flywheel of business. You'll find the link to that in the show notes of this episode below the like button. But it's now time to make this episode interactive. If you could just choose one particular change in your business that you would like to implement today out of the 5 points that I've spoken about, tell me what is it that you're going to choose for your business and how are you going to implement it in your business. If you did not like something or if you have any feedback for me to make these episodes even more valuable for you in the future, please let me know and drop your point of view in the comments below. If you have any questions, you can also feel free to drop them in the comments or reach out to me in DMs on Instagram or other social media platforms. I'll be personally checking everything and I would love to see what you have to share. Very quickly, let me recap the entire 5 points that I've spoken to you about right now. Make sure that you create processes and systems that prioritize the customer. Build a system which helps you to become the most loved brand in your industry. Harness the magic of word of mouth, lower your customer acquisition cost, and most importantly, focus on achieving high retention for most of your customers. Remember the bold promise that I made at the start of the episodes. By embedding these points in the customer first culture from day one in your business, you're not just going to improve your service or your product, you're also going to create a self sustaining flywheel that powers growth, loyalty, and profitability. That's exactly how Amazon has done it, and now you can also do it for your business. Do not forget to subscribe to WhatsApp community of MrEmogical, Telegram community of MrEmogical. If you want updates about all the future episodes of not just this podcast, all the other podcasts that I create, make sure that you follow us on WhatsApp and Telegram. Do not forget to give me a comment, like, share, or a 5-star rating. It takes just a few moments from your day, but it helps this podcast tremendously. If you want to get to know about the behind the scenes or want a sneak peek of what am I building next, how am I building my personal brand, my coaching business, make sure you follow me on Instagram because I keep posting daily content on there and on the other social media platforms. All the platforms where I'm active right now, you'll find all the links in the show notes. So take a few minutes and just check those links and connect with me across social media. Thank you for staying back till the end of the episode. I really appreciate your commitment towards wanting to learn all of this and apply it in your business and fuel the flywheel of your business. And if you've reached till this point in the episode, may I request you to just drop the comment and drop the simple word flywheel so I know that you stayed back till the end of the episode. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take good care of yourself, take good care of the flywheel of your business, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Keep going, keep growing.